Hello and welcome to this year's Spinnaker Summit SIG CI updates. So one of our biggest updates is that we were formed this year. So we began in December 2019 following the 2019 Spinnaker Summit with our inaugural meeting in January of this year. And a lot of this came about from the presentations and interactions we had at the Spinnaker Summit, and seeing that there was really an opportunity for us to come together with the common purpose of focusing on the continuous integration experience within Spinnaker. So the scope for our SIG, from a domain services perspective, we primarily look at Igor. Outside of those services, we're also looking at how do we build more visibility into CI and a CI view in Spinnaker. We've seen several independent efforts, and we're working alongside other SIGs as well to think about what does a CI view look like in Spinnaker. And we also are considering reviewing new and evaluating removal of supported CI providers. So from a logistics standpoint, we meet every 4 weeks on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, but we can always be found in the channel SIG CI on the Spinnaker Slack, and led by myself, Elise, Gal, and Jens.
So this is some of the things we achieved currently. So we have another CI provider added, drone provider, as a plugin. And some of the CI and Spinnaker progress, we are working toward building a contract from the backend services to the UI, and build an interface in a pluggable way. So Netflix actually implemented the CI in Spinnaker, and we are working towards open source it. And also Airbnb is working on open source some of the CI components. And we also did some managed delivery alignments regarding the CI providers. And we are also doing triaging issues and bugs every SIG meeting. So this is a screenshot from what Netflix is currently having in the CI and Spinnaker. We build the builds view. So you can see all of your builds, and you can see the logs from the builds.
So we obviously have some exciting plans for the future as well. So let's have a look at our 2021 objectives. We want to focus on 3 large categories. The first work that we want to do is we really want to invest in making Igor compatible with the Spinnaker plugins framework. That's a really interesting area for us, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in the next slide. We definitely also want to continue iterating on a better CI view experience. Both Airbnb and Netflix have made a lot of progress here in the last year, and we'd like to continue moving forward with that. And then our monthly meetings have been very useful. Igor was a service that wasn't really well maintained before this SIG, so it's good that we keep an eye on that. We will continue to focus on triaging issues and bugs. We will discuss important pull requests, and we will guide all the developers within the Spinnaker community on how to integrate with Igor more easily. So as I mentioned before, we would like to focus on adopting the plugin framework for Igor. The plugin framework will really make Igor more extensible, and this will give us some benefits. First of all, it will make the CI system in Spinnaker more easily extensible. So Igor is a service that drives the CI system. If that service uses the plugin framework, then all the developers can more easily plug in the different CI systems that exist. It should also give us a lower barrier to entry. If developers have worked on other Spinnaker services, they should be familiar with the plugin framework, and they should be able to extend Igor more easily. So that should make for a more similar development experience compared with other Spinnaker services. And hopefully, what we eventually hope is that this will lead to a larger library of CI and build system integrations. Both Airbnb and Netflix use different CI systems, but there are many different systems out there, and we would like to see the majority of these systems integrated with Spinnaker. Of course, we will continue to invest in the CI view for Spinnaker. Earlier, Gal showed you a screenshot of the Netflix CI view. Here's a screenshot of the Airbnb CI view, which is very similar. We really wanted to focus on sort of like seeing the end-to-end CI CD story within Spinnaker without having to navigate between different tools. We've made some exciting progress in this area, and we would like to bring some of that progress back into open source. That's going to be a focus for us in 2021. And we also feel strongly that this project aligns with the managed delivery effort. So we look forward to working for those folks as well. And we have some exciting open source plans for 2021. I think that's all we have today. We really look forward to seeing some of you in the SIG CI in 2021, and we hope to have more updates later.